Hello, welcome to the Jcpod. I'm your host, JCP, Jaden Chandler Parnell, or that boy JC. Man, as you can see, we got a little hardwood action day in the background. Man, what a game last night. We just had the national championship complete in college basketball. I about said football. You can tell it's early in the morning for your boy. But no, we just had the completion of the college basketball national championship. UCONN, 5-0 all-time in the national championship game, just got their 5th national championship and beat San Diego State. This weekend, LSU women's, after an amazing game between Iowa and LSU women's, after Iowa upset South Carolina, we got Iowa's women versus LSU's women in the national championship, and sure enough, LSU won. LSU going to win. With all that being said, your boy cleaned up nicely. We had 2 futures on this game, or I guess I had three of my 4 futures in the national championship. I mean, of course, I had Purdue and Marquette that didn't hit, obviously, but I reloaded my UConn one, and sure enough, I had UConn, LSU, and Iowa. So I had 3 of the final 4 teams this upcoming weekend. Amazing weekend when it came to that. We had opening weekend this weekend as well. Awesome time in sports, man. Congrats to LSU ladies, first national championship ever for men's or women's in basketball. Shout out UConn, 5th national championship when it comes to men's, and the first one for Dan Hurley, who I'm sure really is in love with that. I mean, the game wasn't close, I would say. It got deep in the second quarter, and if I'm not mistaken, I think the closest it got was 6 yesterday. Final score ended up being 76-59. I mean, UConn beat every team by double digits they played in the tourney, and they shouldn't have been a 4 seed. Let's be honest, they probably should have been a 1 or 2 seed. Have a little slide late in January where they go 2-6 or something like that over an 8-game stretch, and sure enough, they get the 4 seed, and then they just end up winning it all. Really awesome though, like I said, truly awesome for them. But yeah, so now with that out of the way, it's crazy. We got NBA playoffs. I think start next week. I think they only start a week from today. I believe they start the 11th with the play-in. So next week, a week from now, you might hear me touch a little bit on the play-in. I'm not going to this week just because apparently the West is wide open in the NBA, and like I told you before, I'm not the biggest NBA guy. Definitely when it's come to this year, I've lost my love for it a little bit. There's multiple reasons for it, no specific reason, but there's a lot of reasons. I just lost the love a little bit, so I'll talk about it, but we'll wait till playoffs come around because I don't want to jump the gun and say anything and then literally a day or two later it becomes outdated. But yeah, it's the usual Monday, so what we're going to do, go over some NFL news, per usual. I just want to get those quick shots out of the way, so, hey, let's go. I had some great, awesome futures to actually hit. 2 futures left that are live now. We got Denver Nuggets to win it all, and then we got the Colts to win it all, but that football one's a long ways away. So we really, truly only got, 1 future that's going right now. It's the Denver Nuggets to win the finals. So that's going to be an interesting one to root along with, but, yeah, overall, just an awesome March Madness. Man, it's just crazy how stuff goes by. I mean, just like that, it's already over. We're already in the baseball season and almost basketball season. Got about 155 days left to NFL football, so let's get juiced, baby. News-wise, so the Titans might go to the 3rd overall pick. I don't know if they will or not. Interesting, though. That definitely means it makes me wonder if they're going for a quarterback or not. Apparently the Ravens have offered Odell Beckham. We'll see what that comes of it. Will he go to the Baltimore Ravens? After everything everybody said about the Ravens, I'd be shocked if he went. It sounds like the Ravens are not doing too well organization-wise when it comes to getting people to think that they're any good. Organization the organization itself, the Ravens are good, but the people inside of it, the strength and conditioning coach apparently was an issue. There's some other issues in the building. It's been going on for a while, obviously, but yeah, the more it comes to light, the more just you're going to make people not want to go there. The Jack Sean Collins says they cracked the code for success. I would say they definitely had a successful season last year. I feel like, as a Colts fan, I'm definitely really nervous. They're favorite to win the division. I'm for sure going to place probably bet on the Colts to win it all as a fan, but Jags, I mean, it's kind of like watching the little brother grow up a little bit. They've been kind of in the dumpsters for the longest of times. They had one little run in 2017. Past that, they haven't been much of anything. And it's just cool. They're finally getting some players. They're finally doing something. It sucks for my division because I don't want to see them good, but it's good for... I gotta turn off this light. It's way too goddamn bright. So you might have to deal with that for a minute. Sorry. The light's way too bright right now for this morning. So the Panthers are impressed with Anthony Richardson, I guess. They're saying he's more than a project, so that's good for him. He definitely had some decent throws at his pro day. He's been doing decent overall. So, I mean, I'm going to be very interested to see where he goes, because the more it looks like it, the more the Colts could end up with him. So I've been accepting the fact that he might end up there. I mean, the Colts had Bryce Young and CJ Stroud to visit, but I don't know if they're going to trade up. It's just not their forte. Excuse me, especially with Ballard, so we'll see. MetLife is going to get some new synthetic turf after all the injury concerns. The players really wanted grass, so I don't know why the hell they're going to turf, but hopefully the synthetic turf is a little bit better than... anything's better than what they already had, so I'm not going to talk too much crap, but... I don't know, man. I just feel like, yeah, a lot of people are asking for grass. I feel like grass is going to be coming in here in the future. It's going to be very interesting because the World Cup's happening in the United States. It might not be a World Cup, by the way. I could be wrong. I don't know. It's a whatever soccer tournament where they go around the world. It's being hosted here in the United States, and they're going to definitely raw grass for those players, but then they're going to take the grass off their fields for their NFL players that they pay a lot more money for. Like, it just makes no sense. I don't get it. We don't have to go into that. Bill Belichick, I guess it's not. That one's not news. I won't talk about that Bill Belichick thing. Marvin Jones rejoins the Lions on a 1-year deal. Not shocking. Really awesome though. It's really cool to see. I thought it should be kind of like a prove-it-year deal, obviously. So I'm sorry for how much I'm yawning in the show. I don't know why I'm so goddamn tired today. Yeah, Lamar Jackson. The whole situation with him is still wild. I don't know what's going to happen, man. The more Ian Rappaport said something yesterday about it's still a chance that he could go back to the Ravens, which obviously makes sense. It's the first team to sign him, so I'm sure there's a little bit of love there no matter what happens. But man, bro, the more it goes on, the more I just get nervous. Like, is he a Colt? Who's he going to be for? Is he going to be a Patriot? Who is he going to play for? Is he going back to the Ravens? Just, man, this whole QB carousel thing is just very interesting. Oh yeah, the NFL draft is really soon. I need to look up. Oh my gosh, it's at the end of the month. I thought the draft was a little closer than that. Never mind. We still got a whole month away, basically. I thought it was definitely closer to the front. There's apparently a lot of Thursday night game changing rules where they teams cannot have 2 Thursday night football games per season. It used to be 1, now it's 2. So that was in the rules, so they aren't flexing Thursday night football games yet, so the Thursday night games could still be terrible. But instead of making them terrible now, they might just have the Chiefs playing twice on Thursday night, which I'm sure the players are all for. And that's a joke, obviously. A lot of the NFL players are a little upset now that they might have 2 Thursday night games and everything, because originally Thursday night games, everyone was supposed to at least have one, so especially for the bad teams, there's a chance to have like a non-primetime game. Like, for example, the Bears, I don't think had a primetime game all year, which makes sense. They had the #1 overall pick. No offense to Justin Fields, but he's kind of I think they had it with the Packers, so this point could be just totally wrong. But just for example, like a team that wasn't that good last year, like the Colts had a primetime game on Thursday, and they had way more primetime games. But this year they're probably going to only have the Thursday primetime game because they didn't prove much of anything last year. So it's just like, yeah. So now the fact that they could have 2 games and they might take out a team of a primetime spot, that kind of sucks for that team. Because, for example, the Jets, for the longest time, have been terrible. 2010, for me, they were a little bit good. But, like, 2013, 15, like, they were booty. And their only chance to get a primetime game was usually those Thursday night games. So it's going to be interesting to see now how, like, the 2 Thursday night games, if the injuries change or anything, if the shorter weeks, what that does. I'm very intrigued to see that because a shorter week for the NFL is going to be that's a quick turnaround, especially if you have 2 of those a year. Very interesting. Calais Campbell signed a 1-year deal with the Falcons. Really shocking the Ravens let him go. I'm sure it's probably a money thing, but I just don't know why you let people go like that. The Falcons, that's a huge pickup. Big veteran leader that they need in the locker room. Immediate basically pickup for the locker room and immediate veteran presence that's going to help them out a lot. So the Falcons named Ritter the starter, so they are going after Lamar. Good for Desmond Ritter. I'm interested to see what he does in year 2. I think he definitely has a chance to be good. The fact they have Taylor Heineke as a backup, though, I don't know I don't know how secure Ritter feels about his job, but Heineke definitely could come in and take some reps. I wouldn't be shocked right here. The Chargers and Herbert are they're opening contract negotiations because, yeah, they have a long way to go to get that guy a deal, because they're probably going to try to do it before, like, the new CBA, or I don't know if it's CBA for NFL, but I think that's right. I could be wrong, but basically the new content or the new rights agreements when it comes to views or everything, like where the NFL's going to be played, like Amazon and all that. There's going to be a new year where they have a lot more money coming in, so they're probably trying to get this deal done before that happens, so they can, make a deal on the old CBA versus the new one where they're going to have to probably pay them an extra 30-40 million. The NFL is going to approve the number 0 to be war. I think it's a little weird number. Some people can wear it right, but at least like football-wise, 0 just seems like a little bit of a weird number, but I'm never going to disrespect somebody for their number choice. Good that the NFL's opening it up, obviously. I just don't. Yeah, I'm one of those people that, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to complain about it because it is what it is. Like, it's a number. I'm happy they opened up. This should have probably been opened up with all the other numbers. Just, 0 is a weird football number. So, I'm interested to see, like, the first, like, superstar that becomes, like, a really good player to wear 0. That's going to be very interesting because nobody's done it in the NFL before. So, they can kind of pave a path. So, with Purdy's sideline, Lance could regain the job. I don't know, man. They already brought Sam Darnold in. That whole Trey Lance experiment. That's another video I'm going to have for one of my podcasts. I'm going to talk about the whole Trey Lance experiment because that just seems to be very, very interesting how that's working out now. He just seems to be, they dropped him 3rd overall. Purdy played a little bit better, and now all of a sudden it seems like he might not be there in like a year or two. I don't know. The Commanders' starting job's up for grab. Not shocking based on, I don't even know who's, I can't even think off the top of my head who's there anymore. So the Commanders signed Jacoby Brissett on March. They have Sam Howell and Jake Fromm are the other quarterbacks on the roster. So it's a QB battle between those three. Probably if I had to guess on top of my head, it'd probably be Sam Howell's job, and they're going to see how he does in the NFL. That would make the most sense. McCarthy's absolutely open to a Zeke return. If Zeke returns to the Cowboys, it's probably going to be like a $3-4 million deal. Probably not going to be as cheap as some of the other running backs because I think Jerry Jones is going to be like a little bit of a nicer guy to be like, all right, we'll give you like an extra $1 million or $2 million, but it ain't going to be like a lot. It's going to be like very few just because he's been there. The Packers said the first round pick for the Jets isn't necessary anymore, and which makes sense because I guess that's what I'll end for this week because that's basically all the news. Kind of a dead week of news. There wasn't too much, but yeah, just basically said this a little earlier last week. They aren't going to ask for the 1, so now it's really open to see if they're going to make a move before the from the Jets. I probably wait till after the draft. That's what it seems like a lot of people are saying, so they can draft somebody with their pick, and then the next 2 years' picks will become the ones in the trade. I don't know how it's going to work, though. We're going to have to see. But yeah, that's basically what's going on in the NFL. Very wild offseason still, for sure. Still a lot of places for a lot of people to end up. There's still a few names out there, like Lamar, like Aaron Rodgers, that still need to be settled. It's all going to come in the coming weeks. There's other people, for example, like Dak Prescott, who potentially could have a make or break here. Because if he doesn't do well, what happens to the Cowboys? He's been there for a while. It's just crazy to think about. The Bills, they're going to be kind of having a new look because their defensive coordinator's gone. It's going to be an awesome season for the NFL. I'm very excited over the summer to break it down even more, get into the grimy and dirty details of it even more. But yeah, like I said, that's about it for NFL news. So I think for the rest of this episode, I'll just probably kind of just do like general sports talk to end it. Baseball had an opening weekend. Pretty successful opening weekend, I'd say. For the women's basketball, they had 9 million views, I believe, for their championship game. Awesome, ladies. That's really awesome. That's truly awesome. Another thing, too, you'll probably, when it comes to next season, especially when it comes to the betting aspect, I'm probably going to touch on college women's basketball just a little bit more. Growing Tide, I'm going to see if the interest does come with it. If people are actually interested in me talking about it and covering, like, some aspects of it, I might touch on it in, like, the Thursday episodes. When we're not focused on football, obviously, and everything. But yeah, man, it's been so far pretty awesome time in sports. We got national championship for the men's and women's that just played for college basketball. The men's national championship for football was just a little bit ago. The Super Bowl was a little over a month ago. Just crazy. We have the NBA, like I said, NBA playoffs are rolling up around just now. Each team has like a few games left, not many. And then NBA playoffs, and man, we're in the only baseball season. Speaking of baseball, I'll touch on it a little bit. This might be the last. I'll touch on baseball probably to be the last thing to end the podcast before I just maybe give you some general stuff. I like the pitch clock. The more I thought about it, watching more games, like games are getting done fast. Like, for example, I was doing something yesterday. I had the Dodgers game on last night before I went to bed, and I got through pretty much. The Dodgers scored, I think, almost 10 runs in like between the 6th inning and the 8th inning, and it only took like an hour. I feel like most other baseball games, that's like a 2-3 hour event. That's on to like 1-2 a.m. That game was over pretty much by the time I went to bed at almost 1 a.m. And the game started like almost, I would say maybe 10, so it was about 2 to 3 hours. And they scored a lot of runs, which makes sense. So that was really awesome. The Yankees game I watched this weekend went by, it felt like super quickly. So baseball, I get my interest back a little bit. This pitch clock has made the game, I like the pace of it. I like how it's going a little bit quicker. It makes me feel like I want to watch it more because if I look away and miss something, I could miss a whole inning, and that's a really good, really awesome thing to have. By the way, also too, speaking of hockey, I'll probably touch on the hockey playoffs, like maybe a little bit here and there, but hockey is just one of those sports, I won't even lie to you, that I just don't like. I just don't watch. I don't watch it too much. I don't cover it too much. I don't know the rules too much either, so I just don't know. So I don't. You won't hear much hockey talk from me. Be mainly, I think I'd talk about baseball before I talk about hockey. UCONN Sonogo was named the most outstanding player, by the way, for the tournament and everything. With no doubt, he averaged, I think, 20 and 10 every tournament game. I bet him to score 15 and 8 the last, like, 2 or 3 games, and he hit that with ease, it felt like. So that was just really awesome to deal with. Because, hey, we always love the extra money, right? But no, and then also to go with the new rules, the steals are apparently going to double too. So I'm just very excited for baseball in general. I feel like the pace of play is going to be up a little bit. All that stuff's going to be up for a little bit for sure, and it's just going to be really awesome to see. Today, episode's probably going to be, I know I keep saying it, but yeah, it's just going to be another short off-season episode. I came in today, there wasn't much NFL news to talk about. I mean, I ran through, I thought, all the most important stuff. I thought we were done with it just that quick. I think I'm going to do my story this week on Lamar or Dak Prescott. I don't know which one I wanted to say for Thursday, but one of those two will happen, and next week I'll talk about the other one. But yeah, Thursday's probably just going to be an episode where I just kind of touch on, some, like, make or break years for some, or not make or break, I guess. Like, for Dak's instance, I'm touch on, like, the make or break year for him and what he has to do. For other people, like, for Lamar, I might just touch on, like, what's going on in him, where I feel like he might end up. Just stuff like that. That's all going to come Thursday. For baseball, I don't think there's much to be said. There's a fan altercation with Rendon where he's going to get suspended for it. And then past that, it's just an awesome weekend, man. It was a really awesome weekend of college basketball, especially. It's just crazy. I just can't believe how fast the sports are flying by, man. Just unbelievable. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Probably going to shoot for maybe, I hope, 30 minutes on Thursday, since I'm actually going to have some, like, more stuff written down and, like, more stuff to talk about when it comes to specific story-wise. But yeah, a lot of these off-season, especially now that college basketball's over and there's not, like, too much breakdown. Because, like, I'm not going to sit here and break down the whole baseball slate for you. That's not my channel's forte, we'll say. Like, I'll talk about baseball here and there, obviously, but I'm not going to be able to sit down and break down games and give you, like, the deeds and everything. So yeah, it's going to be a little short episode today, but hopefully I got out a decent amount of information for everybody. Thanks everybody for watching. Thursday, like I said, it's either we're going to talk about Dak Lamar situation, which one of the two. Not 100% for sure yet, but we'll decide. And then, probably touch on just a little bit of either NBA or MLB, whatever's going on. But thanks everybody for watching, and I will see everyone in the next one.